fighter.
All right, take crew is out.
Just follow me. Go.
The AC-130 is a ground attack aircraft derived from the C-130 Hercules transport plane, equipped with heavy weaponry and designed for extended missions. Originally developed by Lockheed and later modified by Boeing, the aircraft is designed for close air support, air interdiction, and force protection operations. The aircraft was first deployed during the Vietnam War, where it was used to deliver precise and continuous fire support, particularly in low visibility environments. Equipped with side-firing weapons such as 20mm, 40mm, and 105mm cannons, it was later upgraded to include precision-guided munitions. Modern versions include the AC-130H Spectre, AC-130U Spooky, AC-130W Stinger II, and AC-130J Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider variant is equipped with 30mm and 105mm cannons, as well as AGM-176 Griffin missiles and GBU-39 small-diameter bombs. Operated by the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC, it is deployed on missions that require continuous and powerful fire support. The AC-130 crew is specially trained to coordinate flight operations, sensor systems, and weapon employment to deliver precise close air support. The pilots and co-pilot are responsible for controlling the aircraft, maintaining formation flight, and conducting low-altitude navigation in combat environments. The fire control officer coordinates sensor information, prioritizes targets, and manages weapon deployment to ensure effective and conflict-free simultaneous engagements. The AC-130 maintains a continuous pylon turn, or circular orbit, allowing its weapons to remain constantly aligned with the target. The aircraft typically operates at orbit altitudes ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 feet, depending on the mission requirements and aircraft variant. A C-130 was recently authorized to take part in SYNCAX, a live-fire exercise during RIMPAC that involves engaging decommissioned ships as targets. The AC-130 fired its side-mounted M102 105mm cannon from a low-angle position while performing a stable orbit around the target. The 30mm cannon is well-suited for precise attacks on light vehicles, enemy personnel, and fortified positions. Engagement distances are selected tactically to balance accuracy, sensor resolution, and the risk of collateral damage. The weapon's rapid firing rate produces overlapping projectile paths, improving the likelihood of striking moving targets. LPD personnel and Apache ground crews work together with range control and safety officers to schedule a precise rearming period. Ordnance teams transfer munitions from secured magazines using approved lifting equipment, dollies, and blast-resistant containers. Certified armorers load weapons using hoists and securing fixtures, maintaining continuous communication with the pilots throughout the process. The ship's air boss coordinates Apache launch operations within the SYNCAX schedule to avoid deconfliction errors. After rearmament is complete, Navy flight deck crew launch the aircraft so it can resume its mission. Japanese Navy LPD flight decks are capable of supporting the simultaneous launch and recovery of multiple aircraft. AH-64. Apache helicopters coordinate with Navy range control to conduct synchronized live-fire operations during SYNCAX exercises. Each Apache carries a combination of munitions, including 30mm cannon ammunition, Hydra 70 rockets, and AGM-114 Hellfire missiles. Crews are provided with target coordinates and attack headings that are synchronized with shipboard radar and airborne observer inputs. Attack runs are conducted in pairs, with staggered altitudes to prevent collisions and improve target coverage. AGM-114 Hellfire missiles deliver precision strikes on designated sections of the target ship, such as compartments, radar systems, or engine spaces. Joint Terminal Attack Controller personnel aboard the LPD or escort ship confirm impact areas and approve follow-on firing sequences. FLIR systems and helmet-mounted displays enable gunners to track impacts, adjust aim, and record the effectiveness of weapons. Data from missile telemetry and onboard sensors is used to support post-event analysis of weapon performance. Fast Rating, Interception, and Special Forces Craft, FRIC, is a high-speed, rigid-hulled inflatable boat used by Dutch naval and special forces for littoral operations. It is designed to support insertion, extraction, interdiction, boarding, and reconnaissance missions in congested coastal waters. Crews typically consist of a small boat team, along with embarked Special Forces personnel, configured according to mission requirements. Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune and its coastal and riverine training areas are frequently used by fast rating, interception, and Special Forces craft, FRIC units, and allied special boat teams for joint training. Dutch and U.S. Marine forces carry out joint exercises emphasizing rapid insertion, amphibious assaults, and ship-to-shore maneuver tactics. Amphibious raid exercises replicate operational scenarios involving target vessels, coastal defenses, and simulated enemy patrols. Target arrays consist of pop-up targets, towed targets, decommissioned ship hulks, and fixed shore silhouettes to provide realistic engagement scenarios. Range control manages safety oversight, scheduling, NOTAMs, and maritime exclusion zones for each training evolution. Live fire ranges at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune support training with small arms, crew-served weapons, rockets, and mounted weapon systems. Available ordnance ranges from rifle-caliber weapons to 30mm 100mm systems, as well as rockets and guided missiles, depending on the level of authorization. Because of its straight wing configuration, the A-10 is able to take off and land at slower speeds than aircraft with swept wings. Forward visibility is emphasized because that is the direction in which the pilot tracks targets during attack missions. Hard points for different types of weapons are located beneath the wings as well as under the fuselage of the aircraft. Although the A-10 has a maximum speed of 439 miles per hour, mph, it is still sufficiently maneuverable for its intended role. When the pilot releases ordnance, the arming wires detach, causing the weapons to arm instantly. When the JAW-8 is not in use, the A-10 pilot can also employ a range of precision-guided munitions or rockets. A high 60 attack profile begins at a high altitude, and the pilot is required to pull out of the dive above 10,000 feet. The GAU-8 Avenger fires armor-piercing and/or high-explosive rounds at a rate of 3,900 rounds per minute. The AGM-65 Maverick missile is one of the most widely used precision-guided missiles among Western armed forces. The AGM-65 Maverick has a range of about 13.8 miles, allowing pilots to fire it from a considerable distance away from the target. Low-angle attacks at roughly 30 degrees can be used to release ordnance such as Joint Direct Attack Munition, JDM, at a slant range of about 4,000 feet. After firing the GAU-8 Avenger, the pilot banks left or right to reduce the aircraft's exposure and present a smaller target to ground fire. Based on the JLTV, Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, the system is designed to be highly mobile and versatile. MADIS is employed by low-altitude air defense, LAAD battalions, to provide short-range air defense, SHORAD, for United States Marine Corps assets and resources. MADIS is equipped with a 30mm XM914 chain gun and FIM-92 Stinger surface-to-air missiles, SAMs. The XM914 can fire 30 Sen 1-13mm percussion-primed ammunition at a rate of up to 200 rounds per minute. The XM914 is also capable of firing in single-shot or burst modes, which helps conserve ammunition, and it uses a targeting radar to improve accuracy. Derived from the MK-34 Bushmaster design, the XM914 chain gun is capable of engaging targets at ranges beyond 2,000 yards. A full MADIS configuration is made up of 2 JLTV vehicles, each equipped with similar yet distinct air defense systems. On the second vehicle, MADIS-M, the Stinger missiles are replaced with electronic warfare systems and enhanced sensor capabilities. Larger threats are handled by MADIS Increment 1, which is equipped with Stinger missiles. MADIS-M is designed to counter smaller, highly numerous threats, such as swarms of drones. By operating the 2 vehicles in tandem, the Marines create an integrated, layered air defense capability. U.S. Army soldiers ready an M8 for a cargo sling operation at an undisclosed location. Tandem rotor CH-47 helicopters are widely used by the U.S. Army for this role due to their stability and strong heavy lift capacity. Before continuing the operation, the CH-47 Chinook lands to conduct a hot pit refueling.